Hello guys, welcome to I'm a Biker, and we are finally riding the new Triumph Thruxton 400. Yep. So let's get into the details. This is going to be an interesting one. The new Triumph Thruxton 400. It's been a long wait to see this one in the flesh. A lot of spy pics, a lot of confusion what the name would be. Will it be called the Speed 400R? Will it be called the Thruxton 400? I personally am quite glad that it's called the Thruxton 400. I mean, yeah, the design and everything might look like the Speed 400, I mean Speed RR, etc. But yeah, but I think the Thruxton name has got a lot more emotion attached to it. We in this country never really got to enjoy it. Probably only a select few could afford the, super expensive, bigger Thruxton. So let's get into the details. Well, a lot of talk about the looks already by the time we put out the pictures and everything. And is it just a Speed 400 with a slapped on half fairing and things like that? Well, yes and no. Of course, it is the same platform, so you cannot avoid the commonalities, but that said, they have made sufficient changes to the motorcycle, this platform, to ensure a proper Thruxton feel. So let's go into the details. Of course, you have the mini fairing or the semi fairing to give that complete Thruxton look. Now, does it look like the Thruxton or does it look like the bigger Speed 1200RR? That's a debate for another day, but yeah, I'm happy they went with the name Thruxton because that name evokes a lot more emotion, right? Yeah, so that's the fairing part of it. I mean, because of the fairing, and to give it the cafe racer look, they have put on clip-ons. The riding position is more committed now, lower clip-ons right now. Then, of course, you have rear set foot pegs. So that is also part of the committed riding position. And of course, if you see here, the master cylinder position also, they changed basically to make space for this cowl and the front fairing, etc. So there's no change in the braking if there's any confusion regarding that. Apart from that, yeah, the engine has been tweaked a little bit. The cam timing has been changed. It now produces 42 PS, has a higher rev limit, 10,200 compared to the 9,200 on the Speed 400 earlier. Suspensions have been tweaked a little bit. You have 10 mm extra travel, but yeah, with this riding position, it's a bit aggressive riding position, right? So yeah, it's more sportier feel. You have better damping at the front as well. No other major changes. Of course, you have the removable seat cowl at the rear. The rear sprocket is also smaller, so it's down to 43 teeth from 45. That is on the Speed 400. So you have better acceleration times. You have 0 to 100 is about 1 second faster than compared to Speed 400, so this does in like 6.7 seconds. Thanks to the combination of the sprocket change and slightly higher power, better aerodynamics as well, you have better top speed. So this one, Bajaj claims a true top speed of 161. That's quite fast. We will unfortunately not be able to test it on these roads because look at the crazy amount of traffic. But yeah, a couple of guys who took it out for spin earlier, who knows, Pune roads quite well, took it some inner stretches. They were able to at least do a speedo indicated 170, 180, almost right up there, So, speedo error and everything, yeah, so 160 seems easily possible. So how is it to ride? Well, I'm 5'11", so for me this committed riding position is a bit of a challenge because I need to get used to, because I'm leant over quite much. All the weight is on my palms and I'm still hugging the tank with my knees and everything, but yeah, I just need to get used to this riding position. Does it feel more peppy off the line like this, more than the Speed 400? Of course it does. This one's a bit more like eager to get going. The Speed 400, it's quick, but it doesn't feel urgent. Yeah, this one feels like, come on, let's get going, that sort of a feel to it. So yeah, it feels good. It feels more urgent. I mean, I got some stretches of the road off cam to push it and things like that, but yeah, right now I'm following that Innova in front because I don't know the way back to Bajaj factory. Yeah, she pulls so cleanly. The mid-range, still the mid-range king, man. And now with a smaller rear sprocket, I mean, wow, a little bit of an open road here. I'll just overtake the car a little bit so that you guys can get some visual fun. Alright, oops, this way. Alright, yep, really fast. Today is a windy day, it's quite overcast and windy day, and this front fairing is really helping me, cut that blast off for me. So that's quite nice. I mean, I wish it was a little bit higher, but yeah, I think that will spoil the look, right? But yeah, you can tuck in proper underneath it, and it will be a blast to do highway runs, crouch down, top speed runs once in a while, not all the time, right? Then coming to the handling, yeah, so this feels a little bit sharper, a little bit. Coming from the Speed 400, there are two things that will make this feel sharper. One, of course, the clip-on handlebars, but there's this very slightly sharper rake angle as well. So we're talking about 0.6 of a degree. I think that's very nuanced. I think you need to be like super sensitive and riding the Speed 400 and this back to back to really just to understand it from that change in rake angle. But yeah, the clip-ons by itself, they add a lot of sporty feel to this. And this, my dear friends, is the highlight of my day. Traffic. And a cafe racer that just wants to fly. Yeah, actually Triumph and Bajaj, they had different plans for the ride event. They wanted to take us somewhere outskirts, somewhere to the hills and guard sections around Pune, but the weather, and they didn't want to get all of us super drenched. It would have been dangerous as well, right? Yeah, so they took a safer option, hosted us at the factory. Yeah, but this riding it in the traffic is not so much fun. Yeah, but big small stretches, it's nice. Yeah, so what do you think that really is impacting me from having fun is my wrists are a bit hurting because I'm lento, I'm not yet comfortable on the bike. A couple of more hours on the bike and I'll find my riding position on the bike, and I should be more comfortable. That said, from a fun riding position type feel, the whole feel, I kind of know already that once I'm used to this and I find my sweet spot on the bike, I think it will be even more comfortable. Yeah, and a lot of people would be asking, can you tow on and things like that. Yeah, I mean, you can tow on pretty much any bike. It depends on that bike, and as long as you stick to the strengths of that bike, right? Yeah, this would be fun. It's a little bit committed. Yeah, you get stuck in traffic and things like that. You will have a little bit of back and wrist pain. But yeah, that's what cafe racers are for, man. Not back and wrist pain, but the committed riding position and the sweet riding style, sporty riding style. I mean, that's what this bike is all about. And what do you guys think about the colors? I mean, I like the red. It looks ranking good. The yellow, which I'm running right now, that also looks nice. Very beautiful. The black in photos, the photos don't do it justice. It looks much better up in real life. And of course the white. I expected the white to be more white. Okay, a little bit of crouching, it will do a speedo indicated 160, 161 quite easily. I think with a lighter rider and some clearer roads, it will do the true 161 for sure. Definitely can do. Man, the pull is crazy good. I mean, I was riding NS400 before this, back to back with the Scrambler XC, and the performance difference is quite apparent. I mean, it's only 2 PS compared to the Speed 400, but man, this one feels much more lively. The character of the bike is really changed. The cafe racer, and it's all about the speed. Actually, Triumph was saying that they wanted the 161 top speed because there's some history attached to it, because it's the 100 mile per hour target, so they wanted that top speed. So anyways, Yeah, this is very lively. I can confirm that this is a whole lot more fun than the Speed 400. Alright guys, on that note, I think we need to spend really some more time with this, not just the traffic ride like this, with the Thruxton. This deserves a much more longer and detailed review. Alright guys, I would love to ride this again and spend some more quality time with this, because this bike needs a little bit more exploration. It's like a hidden gem, man. I think I did not expect the difference to be that evident. Alright, see you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and hey, hope you're subscribed. Bye.